let's get you more details. So what's been happening in Australia. Now, right now, you're looking at this image that is coming in. This is outside the Indian Consulate office in Brisbane in Queensland. And if you look at that image very carefully, what is disturbing is the Khalistani flag. Now, in Australia, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen a pattern, whether that was, the temples where we've seen anti-India graffiti being painted again by these elements in Sydney, Melbourne, now Brisbane and Queensland. Let's also get in the first reaction from Bharadwaj, who's the editor of Australia Today, joining us from Melbourne. Jitar, thank you for speaking to us on Republic. I want to ask you a simple and a direct question. Are these elements now getting emboldened by the inaction of the Australian authorities? Because how is it that this entire story, this entire pattern has been noticed by everyone but the Australian authorities and they fail to act?
I would say there is no doubt they are emboldened. Now they are thinking to do much more than what they can chew. They were targeting Australians, Australian Indians. They were targeting Hindu temples. But right now what they have done is they have targeted an institution which is Indian institution. The Consulate is a symbol of India in that city. So they have directly threatened and targeted Indian authority. And it's been more than 36 hours now since this incident has happened, and it came to light this morning to us. Nothing has been done. The Queensland Police, Brisbane is the capital of Queensland. Queensland Police has not given a statement as of now. They are saying we are doing whatever we can do. No arrest has been made, despite there are a number of cameras, CCTV cameras around and in this building. They could find out, they can make out which car they came. It's unlikely that you miss it. They can make this arrest, but it seems that it's not in their priority. I must tell you that Australian Foreign Minister is coming to India just next week to talk about safety, defense ties and cyber security ties. And look at Australia. Indian, Australian and Australian institutions are being targeted.
But why? Why do you think, Jitat, in spite of the relations between India and Australia, you're not looking at the authorities there, even recognizing that this is a real threat in spite of, I think, repeated such statements coming in from New Delhi? Do they simply not care, or they believe that, they can just let this happen? Or like I said, they do not think that they need to act in a case like this that really possibly could have serious implications?
So initially, yes, they kind of didn't understand the implication which this Khalistani menace brings to Australia. And then secondary was political compulsion. The local political leaders are so hand in glove with these Khalistan supporters that they are being supported by muscle and money in their elections. Now, after election, just 6 months back, these Khalistan supporters were standing on the booths to distribute their pamphlets and everything, and they were arranging fundraisers for these politicians who are in power right now. And then what happens? Right now, they are looking the other way because their supporters are running amok on the streets of Melbourne or in Sydney or in Brisbane. So this is kind of political compulsion. Federal government, the national federal government kind of is understanding now. When I'm talking to the federal authorities, security agencies, their representatives are saying, yes, this can go out of hand. We have to understand this. But when you go to the local police station where the actual thing is happening and complaints are being launched, they have no idea. They just say, all right, we'll come after 6 hours.
I think, Jitat, you've touched a very, very important point. Only for war of time, I'm thanking you right now, but with a promise that we are going to be touching base with you later also in the evening, as we'll keep our focus on that story. And the question that should be asked, that why is Australia not acting? I thank you right now, Jitat, for speaking to us. Time for us also to head into a quick break.